Welcome to the second episode of On the Rocks. Today, my guests are Alec and Ian Felice, two basketball players playing in the NBA with Starlights, Senior League and Under 20 or
Senior leagues, and he played under 23 as well.
Under 23.
I'm getting old now, so I don't get to do that anymore.
So,
Thank you for having us.
Yep.
Man,
Thank you.
I'm glad you guys came on. I think I'd like to start talking about the environment you have in the NBA. So, how long have you guys been playing with Starlights together?
Together. Mela, firstly,
You know, the whole brother dynamic playing in the same team.
Yeah.
we've been with Starlights all our life.
Yep.
The first time probably we played together properly was when I was in my last year of under 19,
Mm-hmm.
and Ian was first year under 16.
Second year.
Second year?
Second
No.
year under 16 with Alfred.
Yes.
Yep.
And he used to get called up from some matches.
Mm-hmm.
It was we didn't have many players on the team who were older, actually under 19, because actually from under 16 to under 19 there's a big dropout in players.
Yep.
And everyone stops playing basically.
It's like
So-
change of sports and things like that.
Yes, no, they just stop and they focus on studies.
Uh-huh.
Yep. I just did this for my thesis of
Ah,
IPES.
so
Yeah.
you're taking a year off to focus on the thesis.
No, I submitted 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I submitted 2 weeks ago. Basically, I was studying why people stop basketball.
I see.
Dropout rates.
Because my year 2001, there are 4 people left
In the whole
Wow.
league.
in the whole league.
In the whole league.
Yep. And when I was under 14, under 16, we had a group of like 40, 50 kids. Like the academy was
Just
Big.
with the Malta Basketball
That's
Academy. So
really
those
big.
40 kids were chosen from all the clubs in Malta to train extra
Together.
sessions every week.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
That's
together.
a massive
4.
group, huh?
Yes.
And now you're down to 4.
now down to 4.
And that happens. What your thesis showed? What that happens around what age?
16 to 18.
Yes,
O
yeah.
levels and A
So
levels.
O levels and A
Yep,
levels.
because
Mhm.
they sometimes private lessons clash with basketball
Exactly.
and basically
They feel like they don't have enough support to keep on
Yep.
playing, keep on studying,
Mm-hmm.
and they obviously they're gonna
And even
prioritize studying.
some of them who were like potential, like they had a lot of potential, they
Mhm.
said like they've made it, they're done, they're not gonna play,
That's true.
they don't need to play anymore.
Wow. So after playing for like what
Yep.
5 years, 6 years,
Yep.
they
And
feel
some
like they've
even
done
more,
enough.
Some even more.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, man.
Yeah. They felt like they reached their peak. I
Mm.
played with Malta. Screw it, I'm done.
Wow.
Yep.
And you guys, do you consider that you've reached that kind of peak? Are you close to that? What's your situation in the league? Like in the sense of you're getting paid.
Yes,
Are you getting
but-
paid
but
as
it
players?
Depends then. It's like I was combinazioni. This week I was listening to another podcast on goal setting, and
Mhm.
this person was arguing at how goal setting actually limits you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're going to set a goal, you set it like something abstract. So
Mhm.
if you're going to dream big. It's
Is that-
the
is
same
that-
thing. So I think that while you're still playing, just make the most of it. Be the best you can be. That's my mom tells me.
Mhm.
That tells us that all the time, and I think that's the way that you do not limit yourself from
Mhm.
reaching your potential.
Dreaming high, and not limiting yourself with. We've talked. Probably all 3 of us have heard the same thing in
Yeah.
lectures.
All
To
the
have
time.
to have small goals,
Yes.
reach the goals,
Yes.
and then But I mean, if you goal set way longer, way into the future, 10 years from now, you probably start building your own mindset into wanting
Mhm.
to reach that.
True.
Yeah, but like even when I was 18,
Mm-hmm.
he had just gone to GSSC Montenegro.
Yes.
And like I was in my room, I had a mini basket. I'm imagining 2023 already, like wearing one of my old shirts,
Nice.
just wanting to be there, you know, like just trying to get there.
Mhm.
And now it's here.
Now it's
basically.
here.
Yep.
GSSC for us is the closest thing we have to a
Olymp-
competitive Olympics, you know. And last edition Montenegro, we finished 4th,
Yeah.
I think.
With basketball, yes, we finished 4th. But what's crazy is from those experiences, we play senior national team. We play in the FIBA European Championships
Mhm.
for small countries,
Small countries,
and
yes.
the games for the small states of Europe. The GSSC teams that compete, they do not play in the FIBA small countries because they are too big for.
Yes.
They are too good. They play
Mhm.
usually in the European qualifiers.
Yes.
So not just that, Montenegro, they send their under 20 team,
Yeah.
and they
That's
still
that, that's
dominate and win
Mhm.
gold every year.
Yes, they
Yeah.
just lost to Spain in overtime, I think.
Ah,
Under
yes.
20.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was
Last time we played, they had this 18-year-old Marko Simonovic who went on to get drafted by the Chicago Bulls the next year. Yes.
Jesus
And he's just there on the court dunking on my teammates, and they cannot do anything, you know.
Mm.
It's like that. Iceland, they have their point guard plays in the Euro League, which is like Champions League for
Yeah, I know,
football.
top
Like
stuff.
that. Yes. It's like, how do we want to compete with that?
I mean, the Montenegrin team under 20, all Balkans,
Oh yes, they are.
Balkan
Another level,
division,
another
any
level.
age, they're probably gonna be the
Amazing.
hardest team to play.
yeah.
last
so
last
tough.
year, me and Fed came to watch the small countries championships,
Mhm.
and that was really
That's
fun
nice.
to
Which
watch.
game did you watch? Which game did you
I
watch?
came to, I think we came to the semis
The semis against Azerbaijan, you know?
against Azerbaijan.
Yes.
And there was that
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. You got
What?
heated.
I remember there was
Yeah,
there was an
heated
argument.
moment. Well, it was good. It was
That was really
I
that
think
was.
helped.
That is
Actually,
amazing. That was
it got
actually
everyone.
our president of the association, and it shows how
Mela.
much he loves the team. He loves our national team, and he's just
I'm getting
earned
goosebumps
respect.
thinking about
he's
that
like
game.
yes, he's like
Every
there,
time I
this
come
is
to
our this is our
Azat,
home,
man.
and I'm telling you, our team was like felt it. It was crazy. It was actually crazy.
Every time I come and watch a basketball game, even for league, it's the craziest
Yes.
environment.
It's lovely, especially with their good, tough games. It's like this year we had a
Exact.
couple of good duels between. I think the whole season we had.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, from all the teams, there were always.
We
Close
never really had a blowout win until
Ah.
the playoffs.
It's true. Just
Bilal
the
all the way
playoffs.
into the
But
playoffs.
that's crazy,
Yeah.
yes. But what the interesting
yeah.
thing was the first time in a whole season that we were actually full team, all 12, 13 guys available for selection was 3 days before the first game of the playoffs.
Yep.
What do
From
you
a whole
mean?
season.
Yes. Like I
We had
missed
he missed 2 months, 4 months.
I missed
Lol.
4 months.
What, like from injury, from
Yes, injury. Another guy, main national team player as well, who plays on our team
6
as well. He missed
6 months.
not 6 months.
Yes,
Whoa.
yes.
Oh no, November to February.
No more. March.
Yes,
Alec, his first game was with me
the
almost.
final man of the shield.
No.
Yes, in February.
He wasn't 100%,
Yes.
Alec.
Yes.
He didn't give us the best he could.
No.
Mhm.
But
But yeah,
what was your
I had
your
a
injury?
partially torn ACL.
Honey, in ICL.
But I was
No, I
lucky.
was lucky.
I was lucky, very lucky.
partial tear.
Partial.
So
Like
he
I'm
didn't
a
need
grade 1, so hardly anything.
Mm.
But
And
Still.
still what, 4?
still 4 months.
My
Yeah.
God. And how did that happen? You locked it?
It was weird because I was playing. It was really good defense.
Yeah.
I just took a step forward
Uh-huh.
and my knee just went inwards.
Mm-hmm.
So just a
And
twist.
yes, and you feel it like going out and back in. And the doctor said, because I showed him the video, he said, "Luckily you jumped after,
I love
and that saved your knee.
Wow. If
So-
you just let it happen.
This is probably been a full
Wow.
tear." Yeah, but I've had a few my few share of injuries before.
Mhm.
I'm sure basketball has a high percentage of
Yeah.
It's
these types of
intense.
injuries.
So not
ACL,
just that.
MCLs, ankles.
Yes, we had another one. We had so we said 3 days after before the start of the playoffs.
Uh-huh.
There was by the game one. By game one, one of our guys hurt his ankle, so he was out. So we didn't really have. But luckily, he was. Much luckily, he was like one of the guys who doesn't get many minutes, but still.
Right, okay.
Mhm.
ACL, we had another one game 2 of the finals out. Now he's
Nah,
probably
no,
a national team player. He's not going to be.
He's not gonna be chosen, or he's not even gonna train.
Yep.
Yep.
It's sad. But
It's true.
basketball is an intense sport, and even the style of play that we have
Yep.
at our club, it's always full court press, intense
A bit
defense,
quick and
fast
intense,
break,
uh-huh.
quick. As soon as we get the ball, we have to get the ball up
Yeah.
to the other end as quick as possible. Within 4 seconds, we want to try and score.
Mhm,
If
mhm.
not, then we have to set it up. But we're a quick team, fast team. We're looking to, and our main aim then is by the third quarter, the other team would be tired out.
Yep.
Yes, and we're lucky that we have a very deep bench as well.
Yeah.
So immediately press, whoop, sub,
3 guys out.
3 guys out, 3 fresh legs in, and 3
Lalo,
good
that's
players.
good, that's
Yes, and you see the faces of your opponents just
They just-
dropping, man.
Yeah.
Get scared.
Yes,
They're gonna
yes.
realize, oh god, we're gonna keep on
Yes.
running.
Yep.
So that's a good way.
You realize. And that's something you learn.
That's nice basketball as well.
Yes,
Yes.
it's
Fast,
amazing.
quick, high tempo basketball is the best basketball to
creates-
watch.
Yes,
Opportunities
Man,
for
man,
some
man.
flashy players as well.
Man,
that's nice. That's nice.
that's nice.
And we
that's
had good
fun.
Americans as well.
Yes.
Okay.
You had Darius.
There.
Right.
Yes, incredible guy. Really quiet. Doesn't say anything, but he was.
Keeps it all on the court.
Yes, but
The
he's
first time I heard him speak on court was the Shield final,
crazy, man.
and I was really surprised. Like
It's
literally,
true. It's true.
As in, he's not argumentative.
no, he won't speak.
No, I
Lalo.
mean, yes,
He won't
he's
speak.
just quiet.
Yes, like literally double team together. Like he said, double. We got it. Dunk on the other end, and I just stared at him like. There.
He's the type of player. He won't really get involved. He feels the play coming
Oh, he's really.
in the sense of getting involved in like the tactical play.
Yes,
Lets it
but
play out, and then
He's really easy to play with
Mhm.
because he knows what's happening all the time. You don't need to say anything. It's just automatic.
how many foreign players did you have this year? 4.
This year we had 3 Americans.
Uh huh.
So on our team, at the same time. So we started with 2 Americans, and
Yeah.
we had a Maltese Australian who
I
joined
know.
us. His name
What's
was
his name?
Matt
Matt.
Attard, yes.
Yeah.
Great guy, super shooter.
Sniper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thunder from down under. Yes.
That's
Um,
cool.
And after a couple of weeks, we had one of the Americans. He didn't have like the best attitude. He didn't really fit in with the team,
Mhm.
and we changed him, and we got another one who was already playing in Europe but didn't fit in with another team somewhere else, and ended
Uh-huh.
up here.
Where was the replacement playing?
He was playing in Kosovo.
Kosovo.
Yes, tough league.
Tough leagues, good.
They love their basketball there. They get packed, sold out stadiums all the time. Yes, they are crazy.
Yep.
And if you lose, they
I was there.
They hate you.
I
Yes.
played under 18 FIBA
Yes,
there.
FIBA. Uh-huh.
Final
Man.
under 18. It was packed.
Against who
Police
did they play the
presence.
final?
It was against Cyprus.
Cyprus.
Yes, it was close game. Police presence
Who won?
everywhere.
Lalo.
Kosovo won.
Kosovo,
Was in the
Kosovo.
last 3 minutes. Cyprus were down 18. Came back, and then Kosovo at the end they won it. But it was crazy.
if I had Cyprus won, man, there wouldn't be no court anymore.
Oh,
my
no,
god!
for sure.
I'm sure.
It would have been a full
It
out
was
ride
crazy
for sure.
us. We were just on the sideline.
It's strange because it's so intense for under 18.
Yep. Yep.
God knows.
Mhm.
I mean,
So yeah, he ended up here.
Mhm.
This other American.
mhm.
Then we started getting injuries, so we went through a really bad patch. And this other American didn't really help the team. He didn't feel like he was part of it. He used to stay alone. He didn't integrate with the team very well. So we changed him again in January,
Lalo.
and we got Zakaya Z, who was another level. I think it was what you learn. What I learned this year from is the importance of having
Chemistry.
the right personality within the team.
Mm-hmm.
What was great is Zakaya. He's besides being an incredible player, he's an incredible person, and he's a leader.
Yeah.
So we would end up having, if he performs in practice, the level of practice
Goes up.
goes through the roof. There was one specific practice I remember. He got hit in the nose, first 5 minutes of training, and he just flipped. Every ball he got, he dunked it. Every ball for an hour and 20 minutes after that. And I'm telling you, not just dunking, one dribble over 3 player, over 3 guys, 2 hands, boom, every time.
Yep.
That was crazy. And they ended up temper flaring. This guy was going to fight with teammates.
Lalo, and
It was
this is all in
really,
training.
Really
Jeez, man.
competitive.
Yep.
Really competitive.
That's a good. It's a good factor to have within the team.
Yes.
Competition during the
that's
team
it.
makes
That's
the
it.
team better.
And that made this was before the playoffs as well.
Mm.
From that
Lalo.
point onwards, we had before the week before the playoffs, we played Luxor in our last league game of the season, and we lost by 12 points. Not 12 points for us.
It's big.
It's bad for our team, who's on paper supposed to be the best team in the league. So we lost by 12.
Mm-hmm.
Next game, 1 week.
Yep.
We smashed them. I mean, it was not just 15, 20 points, but
This is game one of playoffs.
game one of
Yeah.
semi-final. Yes,
Of
against
semi-final.
Vauxhall, we had their American ended up having 12 turnovers.
Hanina, 12
Their
turnovers.
American only had 12 of their 28, 30 turnovers, and as a team we had 11
Wow.
that game.
Wow.
Again,
So,
so
yeah,
it was
it was
because of our
Just
intensity,
Intense
yeah,
defense.
exactly.
full court press all the time. Yep.
And you kind of have that redemption mentality. Like,
Yeah,
okay, we're not gonna
Well,
let
that's-
12
that's
points happen
every
again.
game. That's every game.
Mm.
That's something special that we had this year as well. We had this mentality that we want to win, but it's not like just the players who play. All the 12 guys, even in training, if you get scored on, you're not going to be like, oh, I just got scored on, I suck. No, I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna beat
No,
this
I'm
guy
gonna
up.
score
No,
next.
it's my
Exactly.
no, it's my turn. He's not gonna score on me again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why then we used to get
Killer mentality.
competitive, yes, in training.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what I want to touch on is the issue of foreigners coming in
Mhm.
and loading up teams with high quality and stuff. So Starlights had, you said 4,
So we had, yes,
3 Americans.
in the end, yes, with another American in February
Uh-huh.
who joined us. So we had 3 Americans and 1 Maltese Australian.
one
But
Maltese
you're
Australian.
allowed to have on court
That's
Two
what it was.
Americans.
I see. Okay.
2 Americans and 3 Maltese. However, so we had 2 Americans. We had 3 Americans, 2 on court, so 1 is resting.
Yes.
So we can rotate them as well.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Besides rotating the Maltese all
That's
the
that.
time.
That's that.
The other thing is, from next season, I
Mhm.
believe, you can have on court 2 Americans, and we have something called the local foreigner. So if you've been living or working in Malta
Uh-huh.
for a period of time, you can play like a Maltese.
I see.
So if you have these
Mm.
imports who've been playing with teams for a number of years, now they're not considered as foreign, they're considered as locals.
Maltese.
So they're
I
like
see.
Maltese. So it's like you're basically playing with three
Three
foreign
foreigners.
players
Yeah.
on
I see.
court.
And during the season,
Mm-hmm.
do you know how many foreign players the other teams had? Do they have the same? Are they
Usually
able
it depends what
financially
team.
in the sense to have the
Depends
same
how they
amount?
do it.
Okay.
It depends how they do it.
So for
No,
example,
no,
Luxor
normally-
this year,
Luxor had 2 Americans.
2
They
Americans.
got 2 good Americans from the start, solid. And you can see that their season improved from game to game, from the beginning to the
Right.
end. So from the beginning, they were losing games against the last team.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of the season, they were the 3rd best team, practically.
Like clear.
Yes, clearly.
Right.
And they beat us out in the Lewis Borge Cup semi-final as well.
Wow.
The only trophy we didn't win this year, yes, was they
Lewis
knocked us
Borge.
out. Mhm.
It's true. And how do you feel about this change now, allowing a local foreigner?
It's a bit. I'm not sure yet. You still have to see
Mm-hmm.
what actually happens. But I think it's good because we have a lot of foreign people living in Malta who have good basketball experience. So
Mm.
in that sense, it would make the Maltese have to fight for their place a bit more. Maybe increase the level of competition. You have teams who can add some extra players to their teams.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, they are taking this place as well of the
Of
young
other-
up and coming
Young
players.
That's what I was
So
gonna ask. If
That's
if
it. I
you've-
would, me as a coach, if I am thinking of the team, a development team, I want to have a space for. I'd rather give the extra minutes to a young player
Yeah.
to gain experience than to a foreign player.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is that probably this issue would put investment in other players, foreign players that might not even stay in Malta for more than a year, 2 years.
Exactly.
Not really
exactly.
put back money into the system.
So that's it. But
and
then
bring
again,
up younger
maybe
players.
they're thinking of that they can increase competition. You are training with other high-level players.
In that sense, I agree totally with
Mhm.
having foreign presence, foreign coaches, things like that. I think it changes the environment as you experienced for sure.
Yes.
But I think still investing too much money and then allowing more foreigners to play
Mhm.
takes away from what you're
Yes,
saying,
yes,
the,
yes.
the younger
it.
Maltese generation,
it.
Maltese players.
It's like we're proud because our team has all our players besides 1 or 2 and the imports who have come up from the club, from our
Mhm,
club.
mhm.
So it's like if you look at the first championship we won, senior championship as we were Starlights, we were Virtus. Virtus Basket was our senior team back then.
Yeah,
And Starlights, because Starlights had the nursery and the second division team,
right.
and we'll compete in first division as Virtus. And in
I
that
remember
championship
Virtus, yeah.
photo, you see five or six youngsters who won the championship this year and last year. They were kids celebrating with the senior team back then
It's true.
I was
at
one
the
of them.
beginning.
I think I saw that
Yes.
photo actually. Yes.
It's incredible.
Yes.
And like these are now, and we're winning the championships now
Mhm.
from then.
Wow.
So I think we might lose a bit of that, the imports, but with the new foreign player rule. But we'll see what happens.
How do you think the level of basketball has changed with the introduction of foreign players in what you've seen over the
Well,
past
I think
maybe like
since they changed from one foreigner to 3 or to 2 on court, I think the level has improved a lot. But obviously, I'm biased because I'm playing now.
Yeah,
I've
right.
never played before. He might have a bit more experience
Mm-hmm.
because like he's been playing first division, like top level, much
Longer. Yeah.
So
But still, I mean, before it used to be with one American,
Mhm.
one foreign player. We used to normally they get an American because
Yeah,
they
obviously.
always manage. Basketball is massive in America. We get a lot of athletic players
You always manage to
because
find
because in the style of basketball in America, is able to produce more players who are incredible athletes. European game is more tactical, so you find more who work on shooting rather than their
tactical play.
yes,
Yeah.
than their more they're more focused on their technical abilities rather than their
Yes. Then their
explosivity
teamwork
or,
and
the-
maybe.
yes,
Uh-huh.
yes. So that's then a couple of years ago, it was 2018-19 season, I believe. Our association tried an experiment and they
Mhm.
made
3 on court.
three Americans on
court.
court,
Yeah.
which
I see.
was a big problem financially for clubs. There were
Well, for
clubs
sure.
who invested all their assets in their men's team and they
Mhm.
lost their women's team totally.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now we have how many? 4.5 teams
5 female teams.
in the women's league.
And how many male right now?
Male,
Male were at
6.
6.
But it's not just in the senior team.
Mm-hmm.
But now we have 6 clubs who actually have their nurseries.
Right.
Because before you could have some clubs that come in for 1 or 2 seasons, but then
And they
uh,
dissolve.
I
exactly.
believe there's a rule now.
There's a rule that you need to have that after 2 years, within 2 years, you have to develop your nursery.
Nursery.
Luckily now we have 6 teams who
Okay, at least there are incentives to
exactly. No, those are
develop
good.
younger and.
But we've had
okay.
8 teams. We had CG, we used to play in the past.
I remember.
Floriana, Loyola had a team as well. So that's 3 teams who we don't know where they went.
I remember Sergio. We
But
played.
it's growing. It's on the rise. There are a lot of kids who play, and these tournaments last year we had the FIBA Small Countries Senior Men's, which took place in
Yeah,
which took
here.
part in Malta, the one that you
Yeah.
came to watch, and that there are a lot of kids watching. This year we have the Small Nations Games in Malta as well, so we'll have a lot of kids watching, a lot of people who
It's
start playing.
It's
So
good.
because of that, we have 2 divisions in the under 14 league now for the first time.
And even under 16.
And even
2
for the
divisions in under 14.
Yes.
16.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a real lot of.
Mhm.
That's deep.
But still, I mean, as our club, we've had it's all right. We had a couple of new faces joining
Mhm.
over
Mhm.
over this last year and a half because of the games that were
Here,
placed
right.
here. But we had the numbers before.
Mhm.
I mean, if we as Starlights had to get all the 2007s, 2008s, 2009s, which are the under 16s of
Under
this
16,
year, basically, we could have a league of our own with 8 teams and 10 players each.
Yep.
Like that.
Yes.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's necessarily bad, however, because
No.
clearly it means that Starlights is doing something right
Yes, exactly.
with its development of the younger ones.
Exactly. So, but I mean, so hopefully, I see with following this
And I
tournament.
don't see anything wrong
following
with
this
making a
tournament.
Starlights in our league. Like us.
No, but then you can't.
Not
you cannot-
official, not
I know what
official,
you
but
mean, I know what you
you know, make
Yes,
it kind
for-
of casual.
Mhm.
Give
For
them a
player
bit of-
development, I think it would help a
Yes,
lot.
give them a
for-
bit competition
for
amongst
fun,
themselves.
For fun, yes. And
Yeah.
it will be because Starlight is more of an holistic development. Then it's not
Mm.
like you want to win all the time.
Yeah,
You want
yes.
your players are people. You want them to
Yes.
develop to grow as the skills.
As
You want to
players
develop
and
as,
as- yes.
the skills and the values for everyday life.
For sport, as that. hmm But I
Yeah.
think it also shows why Starlights has been so dominant. Don't you think
it's a
that they've been
process.
dominant? This year you won the Shield,
This year we won 4 of the 5.
Exactly.
4 of the 5.
Yep.
4 of the 5
But
finals cups.
yes, but but all games were close games.
Mm.
I mean, it's true we ended up winning. All right, besides the playoffs. But yes, it shows that we are doing something right.
Mm.
I think, and it's good because that means other clubs start to watch. They start saying, "Oh, they're doing this. Let's try to do something else." Or
Yeah.
maybe try and do something that we're not doing. So it's good because we can learn from each other in that sense.
Have this year or maybe last year, have you gone and maybe competed abroad with other teams for friendlies, or they've come here for friendlies? And have you had the opportunity to see what it's like playing with teams abroad, playing with other foreign players from maybe European countries, from Italy, from
As individuals or as a team?
in a team sense, playing against them, or even having
Yeah.
the opportunity to have camps with them?
Yes. So for basketball, to take a team who is a competitive team and take them abroad, it's very, very costly.
Yeah. Oh no, of course.
So
it's true.
we don't really have many opportunities to go as a team to try out abroad. However,
There are individuals.
individually, I'm probably going as well to
Oh, okay.
one of my skills coaches.
Mhm.
Is a player development coach for Bayern Munich.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So and
Yeah, EuroLeague.
currently, yes, but it's not just that. Their youth sector is very strong. It has an amazing structure. So even just to go there and
See what it's like.
train in that different environment, different culture, different mindset, you learn so much, and these are the experiences that make players. Then
Mhm.
Yep. I mean, I went abroad 2017. Like, I was selected by Stella Azzurra Roma.
Okay.
I took part in 2 tournaments in November and January.
Okay.
EYBL. And
European Youth Basketball.
Basketball.
League.
Okay.
Mhm.
it was incredible. Like, I came back in November saying, like, we know nothing in Malta.
Yeah.
Because it's not the skills, we have the skills,
Uh-huh.
basketball skills, but physically, we don't do enough.
Right.
Like, they're huge, not just the right height. Okay, I
That's
don't know.
that's our
That's something.
our genetic limit,
Yeah.
huh?
But then they're units, all of
Mhm.
them, not just people 6'5", or even my height.
They're just massive people.
They're just massive.
Uh-huh.
They'll go there, just dunk on you. And like, coming back, I had a different mentality. Like, I didn't want. It was not just skills.
A different drive to work,
Yes,
to
yes,
work
like,
physically.
And I
Right.
think some people, you can see the difference between people my age, his age.
Mm.
Like, there's a different drive for some people. Like, you're doing the bare minimum. Some people want to work harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a culture as well. When you see
Mm.
them abroad, if they want to if they want to play sports as if they want to continue doing sports throughout their life, if they want
That's
to be professional athletes, they can actually do it.
Yes.
They don't have people coming and say, you have to study, you have to do this, you have to do that.
Uh-huh.
If you want to do that, they do
It's about
everything
having the correct support.
they do everything to do that, and it is impressive. They can come at 16 and they say, I want to be a professional athlete. So all they do, they spend time becoming a professional athlete. They don't need to study, they don't need to do that. They just
Yeah.
they can work on that.
That's a Maltese culture thing.
Yes,
for sure.
This thing limits us. I mean,
For sure.
I think we're much better than we were in the past,
Yes.
but still, if we want to.
I've seen it in track. We do have a different culture now. We do have a
So
different
how
culture.
do you think it has changed?
I mean, now with our new association, which came in around 2019,
Uh-huh.
right before COVID.
It's,
So the first thing they had to struggle with was COVID straight away. So I mean, after that, I feel like us as athletes now, maybe not me because I wouldn't consider myself in the top of the national team, but the ones that are in the top of the national team are improving constantly. The thing that we changed was, I think, the biggest factor in our improvement was having training camps. We have training camps every 2 months to Formia, which is the Olympic preparation facility in Lazio. Every 2 months, something like that. We have November, they go in January. I think a month ago they went as well, and they're around Olympic beasts, winners, gold medals, world champions. things like that. So now but it comes from someone leading the way that
Mhm.
knows what an athlete needs.
Mhm.
That's what it's about. They know,
Mhm.
okay, if I expose someone to someone else who's a pro, who's been doing it for years, who's a world champion, who has a strict routine,
Yes, I
things
know
like
what you
that,
mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
you
And
change.
that's something that builds up. The first time I went to a pro training camp,
As a,
I was 21, and I consider that experience was where I learned how to play basketball. So I've been playing basketball since I was 5 years old. I represented Malta in U16, U18, U20, seniors. But at 21, I learned how to play basketball.
It's true.
Mm.
In what sense?
Because
What
I met
sense you
this
refer
guy
to?
who was a German national team player,
Mm-hmm.
and he was 24 at the time. But from 16, he started taking basketball. He
Seriously?
went into a professional structure.
Mm-hmm.
So
He was playing for who at the time?
he was with Alba Berlin, I believe,
Okay.
at the time, who was one of the top two teams in
Yes,
Germany.
the first
And
division, first division stuff.
From 16 years old, his life would be wake up in the morning, weight room, individual workout, lunch, rest,
Uh-huh.
another workout, sleep, repeat. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
It's true.
Imagine doing that from 16 to 24. So
You become an animal
you've got 8 years doing the same routine
of work on top of
Mm.
work.
with the best structure. What's one of the best structures in Europe?
Mm-hmm.
You become a monster. So how would we ever want to compete with someone like that? You know,
How many times a week do you guys train?
as a
That's the
team,
question
as a
then.
team, we maximum would have 4 team sessions,
Okay, which would be mostly tactical.
which would be
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
Okay.
exactly. The rest you need to do individual sessions
Mm.
yourself,
Mm.
and this is always restricted on opportunity, on if you have time, if you have a job, if you're studying,
Facilities as
if,
well.
yeah, if you have where to actually go and train.
Right.
You know, so I try and always fit in at least 3 individual workouts
Uh-huh.
during the week, apart from the 3 sessions, plus the weight room sessions at least twice a week mid-season.
So you have okay. So
At
nine
least twice
and around 9
depending on
sessions
which
a week.
point of the season it is. Yes, but then again, when we get to playoffs, we start playing midweek as well, and so you wouldn't be able to do.
You wouldn't be able
much.
to.
No, it's
Oh,
very
yeah,
hard
but
to
I
actually-
mean, during
You'd be
playoffs,
working
during
for that as
games,
well.
during
yes,
stuff like that, you
Mhm.
don't really.
no.
You've done the work. Now it's just time to play.
Yes,
kind of.
exactly.
So
Exactly.
you consider yourself reaching that what you would say as the requirement to train enough during the week, 9 times a week, like that? How you're saying?
No, but for Malta, yes.
Okay.
I mean, you don't even need, you can do it less, and you can still be the best player out there. But
Yeah.
then that's it. If we want to keep ourselves where we are, we can still stay the
Mm.
same way. But if you want to
Mhm.
do something special, you need to do.
Yeah.
There's this saying that Kobe Bryant says: to make history, you have to do historic things. So that often goes against the current. You know.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna mention of KD.
What
Was
does he
one
say?
of kids.
Talent doesn't.
Hard work beats talent.
Yeah.
When
Hard work
talent
beats talent.
fails to work hard.
Yeah.
What's the end?
Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard.
I do agree with that.
But then again, when I think of that, I say what it really is hard work. You always find when you go to these camps, you see how crazy they are. These guys.
I mean, these top class athletes, to be the best, I think the fundamental factor is having a talent to work on.
Yeah.
Don't you think? That
But then again, it depends. So like we coach, so we see a different perspectives from this. You see the most talented players, but then again, when I consider myself, when I was 16, I was
Right,
not the
right.
most talented player there was. There were other players who were more talented than me, but then I worked extremely hard and ended up being better than them, and they ended up stopping.
Right.
But because it has to come from something that comes within you. I mean, you have to be passionate about this thing. It has to be.
You have to find that dog.
Ah.
Yes.
The dog in you.
Yes, because even like he said, we coach. When I look for the dog in a person. Like if there's a loose ball, I want him
Aggressive.
to jump on it or like
Fight for it.
yes, fight for every
Right.
possession.
They ask them the question: how badly do you want it? You know, how badly you want to win.
I think I'm gonna refer to athletics. I know quite a few people in our environment that do have this kind of mentality, that really have devoted themselves so much to where they want to be. I've known Jeremy for
Yes.
Jeremy's Amit. He used to play basketball as well.
Yeah, I used to coach him,
I-
man. Incredible athlete,
His
super
brother is
player.
one of my best friends.
No.
Yes,
Jack.
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 Jack is our teammate usually on national team. Yeah.
Is that his
He came here 3 weeks ago.
In
He played in
spring
the
break.
spring break. He played under 23 final with us. Yeah, which I mean, it wasn't the plan, but he was here, so why not? Yeah, he's still registered with us.
He's still registered.
Because it's a school.
Because he goes to school, so he plays for a school, not a club over there.
Exactly.
Ah.
So it's different. Yes.
Oh wow, that's
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
That's
That's,
a-
really cool. That's just really nice actually.
so he still can be included in the team.
Yes.
Mhm.
Train there, come down for a bit.
Yeah, but it's from America.
and,
Yeah. But yes, every time he's here to he stay in shape, he does train with us.
Yeah.
It's good because we have another experienced player who puts the level of practice even higher.
Mhm.
As that
It's really
exactly.
nice. And Jeremy, you're gonna say.
Yeah,
Jeremy, I remember he used to play basketball in our off season
Mm-hmm.
and keep working on basketball.
Uh-huh.
And then when the league's kind of over, he comes back and continues track. That's another thing I was gonna mention about how he's able to keep training, use basketball to improve his skills in track, and then stay deadly in
And
track.
That's it, because basketball is such a physically demanding sport.
I remember.
Especially.
Yeah, in summer.
We
I
used to be so scared for him getting injured
No,
from
that's
playing
so-
basketball.
No, but he's the definition of a dog.
Yeah.
I used to in summer used to go to their place,
Mm-hmm.
and like they have a backyard with a hoop, and we used to play 2-on-2s, like if there was someone else there, and he would be jumping on me, like
He was
trying
getting
not.
so competitive.
Yes,
I
yes.
remember.
He used to
Just
try and
playing
stop
for
me from
fun.
scoring.
Huh?
Yeah.
Just playing for fun.
Trying to stop me from scoring, jumping on my back. But like he will do anything to win.
Mm.
His brother is the same,
Jack.
and
Yeah.
they always used
Yeah.
to clash.
I think that's another point to talk about talent or hard work,
Mm-hmm.
mentality.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
of-
crazy.
If you don't have the mentality, you're not gonna make it.
That's it.
Uh-huh.
That's it. And that's
You
it.
can have all the talent and all the hard work in the world if you don't want
Mhm.
it.
Yes,
You're not
and
gonna get
especially
it.
if you want to be a winning team, you need to have that mentality.
Mhm.
It is so good. We felt it this year and last year. We didn't have losers on our team. Losers, what I mean, if I make a mistake, I'm not gonna put my head down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
It's over.
I'm bad.
And
I
I think-
shouldn't be here. What am I doing here? Why am I here?
You say,
I
damn,
mean,
I need
I
to get
cannot
better.
win.
I need to work harder.
Yes,
And
I'm gonna
that's
go
this
do it
year-
again and I'm gonna do it
This
right.
year,
Yeah.
it changed a lot when Z arrived.
Yes, he's like that. But
Z
then
was
it-
incredible.
Again.
His he used to walk sometimes if he didn't have a lift to go from like where he was staying to Ta'ali to the gym.
Tarfan to Tali, and
Yeah.
He'll
and then uphill back.
Yep,
Like
just go for an extra
40
session.
minutes.
Good warm up.
Yeah,
No,
Good warm up pre session.
that hurts, huh?
Lalo,
I hate
man.
walking to practice. Oh my God.
no,
But now Jeremy, after I think it was under 20s or under 23s, he blew up. He got the sponsorship to Auburn.
yeah.
The
The
scholarship.
scholarships to Auburn, yeah.
Mhm. He's
He
the
deserves it, I think.
yeah, for sure.
He worked
For
so
sure.
he worked so hard.
For
even I heard even when he was injured,
Yes.
every day he was in the gym trying to get better.
Mhm.
It was like his brother as well, a physio. But like, it was him asking like what he can do better, not just the physio telling him what he has to do. Like,
Yeah,
to
you
help
question
him.
yourself.
Yes,
See what you can do better for yourself.
always trying to improve
Mhm.
like that little bit. But you need it from yourself, not someone
Mhm.
to tell you.
Is that it has to come
Always,
from you.
yes.
You can have
Exactly.
all the support in the world if you don't.
I have him
Yeah,
to
man.
support me.
No, but that's how we are. We're always, even in our practices, we're always on each other. Hey,
Yeah.
step it up. I'll be the first one. I mean,
He gives me the look.
yes, I don't need to talk to them. I just give them
Look
this,
at them.
this look, and then they know it's exactly.
I
what it
already know
means.
what look you're
They know
talking about.
exactly what it
The
means.
Michael Jordan stare.
No, but it's like.
His
But then again, that's the beauty of our team. We've been playing.
Are you hard
together.
on him?
Yeah, I'm hard on all of them.
He's the first one to tell me if one, not even a bad pass, not even a bad pass. Like it would be a good pass, good shot, but like he tell
But
me
it's not perfect.
Exactly.
You know, that's it.
Mhm.
that's it.
That's a good drive.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? We've been together, this group as well, for many years. They've been. I mean, it's true. I'm older. I'm like 3 years older, 4 years older than the majority of the team.
You're right.
But we've grown up together. We're like brothers now.
Mhm.
So it's like family. So that's why we can afford to actually do that. That's
Be
why
rough
it's-
on each other a bit.
That's why as well it's very important to actually get the right pieces to fit
Yeah.
in with the team when
Yeah.
we're choosing Americans and foreigners.
Mhm. Especially putting them into a team that's known each other for so long.
Exactly.
That's the
exactly.
thing.
Yep.
If you,
So
has there been a player where you're kind of like
Yes, the
We're
two
not-
had
we're
two
not- we're
Americans
not
this
crazy
year
about you.
who
mm,
got sent home. Yes. Because
They
didn't
interfere
fit
with
in.
the
Because
culture.
they didn't fit in. Yes, exactly. That puts the
Right.
team down.
mhm,
You want the
mhm.
team to be working really well all the time
Yep.
if you want to win.
At the beginning of the
That's
season,
it.
I had my doubts on Darius. It was
But
like he was,
but he
too
was,
quiet. That's why
but
he
he's
was-
so
But
easy
then
to play with him. but
exactly
Mhm.
that.
He was the most consistent foreigner, I think, in the league
Mhm.
throughout the whole season. Okay, yes, he had those 1 or 2 bad patches, but it's normal.
That's normal for any player.
Even the best of the best, even Steph Curry has his bad.
Has that.
Mhm.
But that's it. Really easy to play with.
Mhm.
But that's what we had. The same this year, this winning team, and even last season's winning team. We had great team chemistry.
Yep.
It was something special.
So
And
you did
actually-
the double. You did the repeat.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, back to
League.
back, back to back.
Nice. Do you look up to him
Oof.
as an idol maybe?
Lalo.
Like, yes, this is a tough question for him right now.
Why?
No. I mean,
no.
I basically copied almost everything he's done.
Right.
And like when he started basketball, I started at 4 years old because I went to a session that he was at,
Right.
and I just continued from there. And like, okay, sometimes we do have a bit of an argument, but
Sometimes, all the time.
no.
Usually. When we're playing, yeah.
But no,
we're playing
Alec,
all the
It's
time.
good to it's good
No,
to
but
butt
it's
heads
good,
during
it's
a
good
game,
way.
man.
It's in a good way because we're very competitive. That's
It's a good way
Yes.
to let out
yes.
your
yes.
steam after he like finishes the milk in the fridge or something.
oh, no. When you have something you've saved overnight, and then he takes it without telling you.
Seriously.
Yes.
Shamil that.
No, like
Like what?
for example, we go to watch a film,
Uh,
and I'd have popcorn saved.
problem, man.
And then-
Because he
and then
doesn't
the
finish
next
his
year-
popcorn.
How do you not finish the popcorn anymore?
Exactly.
Why would you even
Man,
save
I
it?
love
So
it.
I get sick of it.
I love
I
popcorn.
get sick from it. I don't know. It just
I have a problem. I love popcorn. I go to a movie. I can eat. I've ordered a bucket and a large before, and I
But
finish
yes,
them, and
I
I
get
finish, and I don't get more because I don't want to spend more money, you know, like
But
that.
like,
But I,
if you
I
are
You're
guess
spending
it's
like
a
20 euros on
problem.
popcorn
Yes,
and the
man.
soft drink alone, bro.
Mera.
yes. If he asks me to have
Yeah.
it, I will say yes. Today he had leftover pizza from a celebration that we
Uh-huh.
had. I asked him before I took it.
I wouldn't have said anything had you taken it. Honestly, I wouldn't have been surprised.
He has a stare as well.
I was surprised
That's
he had
scary.
taken it already.
Huh?
I was surprised he had taken it already.
No, but like I think even from my position as a point guard, it's my job to understand how everyone works.
Right.
That's true.
So, but
Where,
not just
where do you play?
I play guard as well.
As
but-
well, okay.
He's very
But
versatile.
it's hard because I have my main strength is my speed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes me tough to guard. So it does not make sense if I play point guard,
And-
even though I'm the smallest guy, and I'd have to take the ball up and set the team up.
Mm.
So it makes sense. Ian does a great job on that. He's good, great ball handling, great vision. He knows where everyone needs to be all the time. He's always looking. So that makes me a better player then, because I don't need to be under pressure getting the ball up. I can just get up the court as quick as possible, give him an option straight away.
And
for
you know
fast
he's
break.
gonna find you.
Yes, all the time.
But as a point guard, it's not just about finding the right pass. It's about calling the right play for the right moment.
Mm-hmm.
And again, as a point guard, it's not about just physical traits what they have. It's even mental. You need to understand how they think.
It's a lot of vision.
Yes, like
Mhm.
his mentality is, I want to score all the time.
Yes.
Give me the ball, I'm gonna score. So I need to work out what is the best position for him to get the ball.
Best time.
Why?
Mhm.
So, for example, if I know that he has a good defender on him, I'm going to try and run a play so that someone has to switch and
Yeah.
he'll have an advantage.
Mm.
Or he will have a bad defender on him, but we have, for example, Darius inside, and you can get a height advantage.
Right.
With a smaller guy on him.
Yes.
Mhm.
So these split decision things,
It makes him have to know the needs of the
Yes.
team at the right moment.
exactly. So people might think point guard is just bringing the ball up, call a play, and that's it.
No.
But it's
No.
much more than that. It's a lot of off the court stuff as well.
Mhm.
As that you have to remember plays.
Yes, but those
Those you do them so many.
I think they become
practice
fluid
plays
then,
so
it's
many
true.
times.
Yes,
So many
okay,
times.
okay,
You,
true.
throughout the whole year, you'd be surprised how much people actually forget them. I don't understand how people play at 11 and they forget the plays because we do them over and over and over and over and over again.
yes. Surprisingly, I learned the most as a point guard. We went to a FIBA tournament in Ireland,
Uh-huh.
but it wasn't on the court. It was after the tournament when there was a few of our guys celebrating.
Uh-huh.
We had just one bronze.
Yeah.
They were drunk and they were talking. But the more experienced players, and I learned the most from that, because they were saying this, that it's not just all right. You can be the smartest person on the court, but you need to identify who is your best option.
You go to
Best
the guy
asset.
at
Yes.
that moment.
Yes, and they were drunk and they were just talking, and I'm there because I don't really like to drink, and I'm there and drinking everything in, you know. This
I was asleep.
Yes. Yeah.
on the team bus.
No, this is in the whole.
This was in the hotel. Everyone, you know, after
After the tournament, you work so hard for that.
Yeah.
You can see win that medal. It's important.
No one would blame you for taking a nice long nap.
Yeah. I value my sleep. So.
But it shows the value of listening to more experienced players,
Yeah.
players who play in other countries.
Mm-hmm.
Even I'm sure maybe some of the Maltese players that you were playing with in the team were some foreigners as well.
What do you
Mix,
mean? With
as in like Maltese.
national team?
Yes.
Yes, we have these Maltese players who have like Maltese grandparents, they have Maltese passports.
As that.
Yes, so they play. We learn so much from them. I'm telling you, they play in big leagues. We have two Maltese Americans, Falson brothers. They've played college basketball in America. They are massive, 6'8", both of them. They can shoot the ball.
Machines.
Yes, and they're super, really great guys
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
as well. But it shows that they worked so hard in their life because to play at that level and do it consistently and without letting up, you know, it shows that they've been through a special process, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think what else I want to talk about is the environment that you guys play in with NBA and supporters and stuff. I've experienced a number of sports experiences in my life. I've experienced basketball, rugby. I've experienced track, obviously.
Mhm.
I think the loudest place I've ever been in
If you came to
is
Ali
the
during
Azerbaijan
the
game.
tournament, that tournament was crazy.
Oh my god.
First of all, they had just refurbished the whole pavilion,
Yep.
Yes.
so everything was brand new, lovely, it's like, and lovely seats, lovely, and the way that the thing is set up, it's like you're on a stage, everyone's looking down on you, so it's like all the noise goes onto the
on the
court,
court.
and as a
Uh-huh.
player, you in during the league regular season with the supporters. Me, honestly, I don't really hear anything. It's just
Uh-huh.
whatever, you just focus on
Maybe
what,
it's not
what
even
goes
that
on.
packed class as well.
No, but still, all right. It's true. It's not that packed. But we played for a national team at home. I'm telling
Hearing
you,
the
I
national
could-
anthem.
I cannot.
That
I cannot.
was crazy.
It's really, really, really tough to describe. It's overwhelming,
Uh-huh.
Yes.
the feeling. And after we won our first game, I didn't even know what I was doing. I just went to the crowd, started hyping them up. Everyone's loving it. It's like a really massive
a
party.
massive
It's like
party.
It's like
a
we won the
massive
league.
party.
It's like going to
Yes,
the league,
yes.
but the first game.
And every game is like that you win at home.
Amazing.
It really is special.
I couldn't believe the being in that environment, not being able to hear myself at points.
Yes, it's true.
It's something
true.
else, man.
Yeah.
It's something in Malta for sport I've never seen before.
It's
it's-
crazy.
It makes me want to be on the court playing as well.
It's true.
Like, I would love to hear a stadium just scream your number, shout for you,
That's
and
it.
stuff like
It's
that.
cool. The final we had,
It's
besides all the seats being taken, there were
Man, that was so good.
1,200 people in an arena that holds 1,000 people only.
Yeah,
That was
it was
More
boiling.
than people standing up, and
It was boiling that
Fantastic.
day.
it was really hot. Yes.
How very I was boiling.
And like by
as
the end
well.
of it, you could feel it. Like the court started getting slick, and it's like
Yeah.
so it's.
We had
and
one
that's
of our
rare.
guys.
That normally doesn't happen in the
Yeah,
summer.
we had one of our guys like sweating out of his shoes. Like, you
Yes,
can
What?
See, you can see
Seriously,
footprints.
man.
Yes, you can
In
see
the
footprints.
halftime, he took his shoes off. His
Drains the
his
socks.
Yes,
Yes, yes.
it's crazy.
Terrible.
Incredible it was.
What I'm gonna lead up to is your mother,
Number one support.
your number one supporter and your best mascot, I guess.
Oh yes.
I think the only
Shield.
Oh my god.
the loudest voice in the room was your mom
Yes.
leading the
This year,
chants.
Our cousin, he's 14 years old. He came with a megaphone, and my mom took it.
Oh no!
She was louder than the megaphone.
Of course you was.
Like, when I went on the court, we don't hear her. On the court, we do not hear her. And she, if you watch the video online,
And then you're watching the video after, yes, and you're like, man, this woman didn't stop screaming.
Exactly.
Yes.
Shouting everywhere.
yes, but on the court, we don't hear her.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seriously, you
Yes,
don't hear her.
And then when we go on the bench, then we
Then,
calm down
yeah.
a bit. She was louder than the megaphone. I told her after, you didn't need it. You didn't need it. But the opponents, like even one of the Americans of Luxor, he told me on the court
Yeah.
that she is so annoying, but in a good way.
In a good way. How are you
because-
annoying?
Because it brings to the atmosphere, you know.
Yes. I had one of the opposing team's coaches telling me one game as well. Is your mother coming? I hope not.
I hope not.
Like that.
But you're saying you barely heard it while you were playing.
No, nothing.
You're so focused into the game.
Yes,
So,
or else we're used to it.
It could be. Could be that. Could be that.
could be fair.
Or we just choose
fair
to
point.
ignore her. That game.
Yeah.
But is it nice having your parents so supportive of you during the
I think
games?
it's really important. I think it's really. If you want to
Did they start you in basketball? Who was your
we used to play football
football?
Yeah.
because it's in our family. Our
Yes.
grandfather used to play.
Sammy.
Sammy Nicke, he used to be a national team football player.
Mhm.
A great, incredible athlete as well. He won a lot of awards and playing football. And our parents as well, they used to play volleyball.
Volleyball.
That's how they met, playing volleyball.
Well, no, nice.
And our dad as well used to play in small nations for Malta, playing
Right.
volleyball as well. And my mom was always very active throughout her life. So when we were growing up, they exposed us to a lot of different sports.
Mhm.
Having said that, football was our passion growing up.
Yeah.
Our daily routine, or my daily routine, would be wake up in the morning, you're the first van at school, you play football
Yep.
for
Yeah,
an hour before
yeah.
school starts.
Yeah.
In break, you play football. You go home, you finish your homework as quick as possible. Would be in the garage, Nana's garage,
Kicking
Yeah.
the ball
playing
against the
football.
wall.
Playing football.
The amount of cabinets we broke. Oh my god.
Been there,
Like,
bro.
But still,
But
still.
Been there.
memories.
End of the
Right.
day, football training.
Yeah.
You go home, shower, eat, sleep. And the day is going
Starts
and
again.
gone. Always the same. Always the same thing.
Yep.
At the same time, we still used to play basketball, but it was only like twice a week maximum growing up until we turned
You-
under 14.
you
When
were-
you go up to 3 times a week.
But you were playing with the
Yes.
club already, just
Yes.
training sessions.
Yes. So it's
Uh-huh.
football, basketball, and summer we used to do water polo as well and swimming.
You had a lot going on.
Yes. All the time.
I
very
used to
active.
go on Saturdays. It used to be yeah. I used to go from football with my football shoes to basketball training. Yeah.
Playing with studs on the parquet.
Yes.
Don't be surprised.
Don't
The
be. Really?
football kids. Yes.
Yes.
If you see most of our basketball photos growing up when we're young, they're all in football kits.
Yep.
It's,
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
That's
think
it.
that's normal for young ones to come and train with football
Yes,
kits
yes,
and
yes,
stuff.
Probably.
They're not really used to what basketball,
No.
like having basketball idols and
Uh-huh,
stuff.
But this year, I think like we've seen a change. Like at our games recently, we've had a group of like a big group of
Of
the
kids, of
mini
the
basketball
kids.
sector of Starlights.
Mm-hmm.
Who come to every game.
Every game.
So that means they bring their parents
Yes.
every game. And
Signing
they don't-
basketballs, signing shoes. Ugh. I've never seen it before.
Signing stomachs.
I signed a stomach this year. And I asked him like,
Of one of the kids, of one of the
Are you
kids.
sure you want me to sign your stomach? Yes, and with the parents next to him. I'm like,
Parents are like,
yes, exactly. Like, okay, sure. I took a photo with him, because
that's
I've
nice.
never
That's a
done it
nice feeling for sure.
incredible.
Cool.
Feeling
That's
that
something-
admiration from the youngsters.
We don't realize how much we impact these people's
Mhm,
lives, huh?
mhm.
And the amount of wallpapers we've been on this year.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
It's
That's cool.
it's
Even
special. It's special.
Getting tagged in Instagram. And
Yeah.
Social media.
Getting tagged everywhere.
Yes, and like
Everyone posting the
even
same.
like they would on videos would say like, tag your sports idol, see if they respond.
Uh-huh.
And we get tagged.
my God.
Wow.
It is
That's nice.
incredible.
That's really nice. I
Mm.
think I saw a photo of Fabri with the youngsters,
Yes.
with Kai and
Uh-huh.
his
Those
friends
are
and
those are
stuff.
people who coach Umbat as well.
As that as
So
well.
that-
Yes,
that-
because Fabri
that-
coaches.
Makes it even more because they come and watch us. Then all
Yeah.
the kids we coach, and
Yeah.
it's
It's
special.
really
It's special.
Mhm.
It's nice for them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Really
Mhm.
good experience.
You and I have a similar experience with having to play different sports throughout our younger periods,
Mhm.
early periods of sport. I played football. I played handball. I played tennis for a few summers.
I think
all this.
locally, I think if you don't play football growing up, I think it's not normal.
No, I
And
agree.
even at schools,
agree.
I think everyone plays football at school.
Everyone starts with that. Everyone
Yeah,
starts with
yeah.
football.
I think
Mhm.
that's the beauty of sports. You make so many new friends, so many
Mhm.
new relationships. You know,
Being in different environments
exactly.
builds you towards certain things.
And you learn a lot. Too.
Hmm
You learn a lot.
I stuck to athletics because of my father,
Mm-hmm.
but I always loved being in a team environment, especially playing
Oh.
handball, having the feeling of camaraderie and working together.
Yeah.
Is
Mhm.
unlike
And you
anything
don't.
else.
You have it sort of in athletics, being in a team, but it's
Uh-huh.
very different too.
On the
What I imagine.
On the last podcast, we talked about it,
Mhm.
how our environment has changed.
Mm-hmm.
That now we're a bit more, we know each other a bit more, and that's why we've become more of a team. Because now national team has become the priority. Before it wasn't. Let me train, so then at the end of the year maybe I get selected. Now it's you're registered in the national team. You work together to remain in the national team, and there's a bit more of a drive to be in the national team. Especially now with Small Nation Games, they made the 10,000 euros for a gold
Yeah.
medal,
Yes.
things like that. There's more of an
Drive.
incentive to really work towards that, and we have very very good relay teams, which is the only experience we'll have as in the sense of teamwork in our sport. So
That's something we felt a bit, or I felt a bit weird about these prizes. I mean, because
Yep.
obviously I think there's much more money involved in basketball, so we're able to receive a player salary
yeah.
throughout the season.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing of the prize money didn't really affect us. We have teammates who
Already earn.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm not even gonna go there.
Okay.
But
Fine, fair enough.
But as
But-
well, like I heard, I'm not sure if it's like true, like the 10,000 euro
in a team,
in a team would have to split it.
Yes, it would be split. Yes,
Makes
of
sense.
course.
It makes sense.
If you're gonna
I
give the
mean,
basketball team of
we win a
12
gold,
players.
12,000 plus the coaches.
Yeah.
That, no. It would be
Yeah.
split. It would be split.
It makes sense.
Uh-huh. For athletics, it's a good.
But I have heard people say like it's not fair, like because they're getting 10,000. I know, but that's what they need to understand. It's everyone working to one goal.
Yes,
Where
exactly.
there is just one person. Like, you know what I mean? It's
That's
an
the-
individual sport
that
compared to a team sport.
Our sport, if it's not you, no one's doing it.
Exactly.
You're there alone in the
Yep.
start. I mean, there's a lot of work when it comes to working with the athletes as well.
Definitely.
Trust me, I know very well the pain my dad goes through when planning programs and working
I
with
can
athletes to
imagine.
make
He's
sure that they're
an athletics coach is very like
yes,
top,
yes.
top technical,
He's
yes.
a level 5 IAAF coach. He's been coaching for 30 years now,
Austria.
something like that.
Experience.
He's a national champion back home, national records, all that stuff. He's, you know, one
A
of
lot
the best.
experience, a lot
Yes,
of
he has a lot of
experience.
experience. And this year, the last 2 years, 3 years, we've been allowed to really work really hard. He's making programs almost like he's
So what do
working
you
full
mean
time.
you were allowed to
So
work really hard?
what I mean is now we have more incentive, we have more support from the
Association.
association. They're giving coaches a bit of money for the work that they did with
With
athletes
national
from the
athletes.
national team and things
Extra.
like that. So there's way more support to work. Before, he would plan a program, hope that the program stays as it is, nothing interrupts the program, and hope and pray. But there would always be some
Right.
injury, some things like that. Now, obviously, we have injuries in the game. There's no scenario where you're not gonna have injuries. But now,
Yeah.
our schedules are a bit different because we have the training camps, we have competitions,
Mhm,
Malta
mhm.
and abroad, almost constantly. We have EAP now that has about competitions abroad. I think that we have a list of like 12 countries that we can go to. So we don't have anymore a schedule where we work 8 months from pre-season, whatever, 2 months, and then we work to GSSC or European Championships or whatever.
It's like all the
It's
time.
all the
so it's
time.
changing the sport basically. It's
Yes,
like,
it's
like
really-
when it used to be one or
Uh-huh.
two peaks in a season.
Exactly. Now we
Now
have
you have multiple
almost
peaks. It's
three.
like it's
Yes.
like us.
Like
We have
Exactly.
every
Basketball
weekend. Every
season.
weekend.
every
Yes,
weekend we have a race,
Yes.
which was super tough this year.
Oh, we can imagine.
And now a lot of athletes are going abroad, training really hard to go abroad, and are able to have these types of peaks, which improves their performance. Like someone would peak now we're peaking. To be fair, last week they had to peak for GSSC qualification, which is another kind of mini.
When is that?
Was last week.
It was last week.
Yes, if
Istra.
whoever
one
won.
month before.
whoever
Oh my
won
God.
was gonna be chosen for individual events, things like that. So they would have had to peak for that because
Yes.
obviously you want to be,
Yes,
because
exactly.
they would have been in the relay, some of them,
Mm-hmm.
but you want to
You want to be
compete
there, yeah.
individually as well on your own, you know. So they have that. They have now we're gonna have GSSC, then we're gonna have national championships, then we're gonna have EAP, and then we're gonna have our off season, which is European championships and all that stuff. So we have like
Big shitty, big,
a lot
crazy.
of different things that are changing the schedule, changing how
Mhm.
we train, changing our mindset and all this stuff, and we're allowed to do it because of the support from the association.
That's it.
So it's a big change, and it's something that we've been waiting for a long time, and something that our association has allowed us to do. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think that's something that we need in basketball. We need a proper plan, a strategic plan. Where do we want to be in 10 years' time? What have we done over the last 10 years? Where were we? Where are we now?
mhm.
And I think we need to choose where we want to be
yeah.
and how are we going to get there.
hmm So what would you consider the next step in your development post GSSC? Because obviously right now it's GSSC.
We need a plan that can combine that there's a smooth flow from under 16 national team to senior national team.
Yeah. Okay.
I was saying in Estonia they went through a similar phase. It was like a 5-6 year program. They ended up competing last summer in the European Championships. They
Yes,
qualified. They
yes.
actually qualified for the tournament. Estonia, a really small country, but
Mhm.
basketball is pretty big there. They have about 10,000 people, I believe, playing basketball.
Wow.
For their, I think it's a population of not even 1 million, I believe, or
Something like
it's
that.
small.
Yeah. That's small.
I'm sure. So they have
It can be
quite-
considered.
Yes, it's a big basketball community. But what they did was immediately this coach, before starting his work with the senior team, he went to the under 16s and under 18s and under
Uh-huh.
20, and they made a style of play that works
all the way
well
up.
throughout. Yes,
It's important to start from the roots.
yes. So they started
the
working
beginning.
on their national team
hmm
of 5 years time. from when they are
Wow.
young.
So they
Yeah.
grew up with that style of play.
Exactly,
Exact.
exactly.
That's something that
And that saves a lot of work. That means that you're
But
not
then-
changing coach every year. You have
Exactly.
the,
You need to find coaches with the same mentality.
with the same
Yes,
mentality.
yes. But that's
Uh-huh.
it. And then that's something else. You need to have a good leader who knows what he really wants to do.
That's the key to, I mean, obviously, developing from the beginning. But having the idea of you found a year where you're gonna work for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what age of players are gonna be eligible to play, and you
Yeah.
work from there.
Exactly,
Mm.
exactly.
It's
That's it. I think that this year is really a rush process. We're just finishing the season. Now all of a sudden, within 3 weeks, we need to build
rushed.
a
You think so?
championship winning team.
Yep.
Yes, we have players who are still middle of the playoffs, so we don't know when they will be available to come and play. And they are big players who make a big impact on our team.
Mm.
And it's basically, if you have these players on your team,
For the players playing abroad.
yes, we have big Sam Daguara, 7'6" center. He's currently in the middle of his playoffs. Without him, in let's say FIBA small countries is easier to medal.
Yeah.
Without him, you might medal.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
With him, you
You're
have a
handling
chance for gold.
Yes.
That big of a difference
Yeah.
he makes. So
Mhm.
this year, if we want to medal against stronger, tougher teams who play in European qualifiers, European
Yeah.
championships, we
You
have
need
to have him
the best.
So I
Yes.
think that to be able to integrate our team, it would have been a bit better if we had this plan coming from
Yeah.
it was a couple of years old.
Mm.
Mhm. And even like you mentioned Sam and FIBA. You remember like COVID, 2021 FIBA. A week before the flight, he caught COVID.
Yes, so he didn't compete.
No, so in a
Wow.
week we had to change our whole style of play because
Mm.
it was centered
Mm.
around him.
Mm.
Because like he will give you
He's a cheat
lot.
code.
He's a cheat. He's a cheat code.
Yeah.
So in a week we had to change our style of play, and we still managed to get bronze. So imagine if he was there.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
That's something that we don't experience here in Malta.
Mm.
Everyone's season is the same. That's an issue with
Yep.
basketball when it comes to.
Yep.
We see it all the time in NBA as well.
Mhm.
For Europeans, Croats can't come and play because they're playing in the playoffs of the NBA.
Mala.
Stuff like that. Jokic
Yep.
as well had the same problem last year.
Mhm.
Well, then
You
that's cool because it gives opportunity for
It gives opportunity for the
the
younger.
other players
Yeah.
for other players to play.
Uh-huh.
So I think that
If the team is ready to have the replacement, yes, they'll be able to adjust. But as you're saying, it's true. When you
Mhm.
when you work around one player and you're banking on it,
Yep.
Yep.
then
But then, well, I think in the NBA there's so much money involved that you can't really tell them
Sure,
tell
you
them
can't say
much
no
because
as well.
it's true.
true. So guys, I know you guys have heard about Penna's new product, the
Yeah.
Pro Milk. Do you guys drink any protein shakes or stuff during your training sessions?
After,
like-
yeah,
After
usually
Yeah.
yes.
mostly.
So I think this is gonna be a good replacement for you guys.
Nice.
you have it the wrong way.
No, it's good.
Oh,
it's good,
okay.
it's good.
All right. Okay.
Alright.
Yes.
For some
that's enough.
reason, I thought it would be brown. I don't know. Just that's sort of
Yeah, a bit more. Okay, good.
Well, guys, it's lactose free. Basically, it has
That's good.
0.01 per 100 milliliters of lactose. 50 grams of protein, and I think it's gonna be a good replacement for protein shakes.
Check
So
it out.
yeah, just
Cheers.
cheers. Have a sip. To Benna.
It's good.
It's good stuff.
That's really good.
It hits.
God damn.
Damn, son. Whoa!
So how did that feel?
How did?
Ben,
Nice.
It's actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was good time. Take the glasses. Take the glasses.
Are you okay?
You good, bro? You got heartburn now.
Yes, man.
Yeah, it's good.
Really good.
Nice.
Attent.
So it's great, huh? It tastes good.
It is actually really good.
It's pretty good. If I had that determination to really work on my diet, at a point I was gonna start taking protein shakes and stuff like that, but I don't know. I think my mindset for really keeping up with my diet and stuff, I wasn't there yet. So I would take a protein shake, I would have it maybe 1 week
Mm-hmm.
and then forget about it the first day of the next week, and then just forget about it in
With
total.
supplements, I think it's all about consistency.
Uh-huh.
I mean, once you start, you cannot just if you feel like. I think if you want to see, if you want to feel make a difference, you have to take it consistently.
You have to make it part of your regime and stuff.
Yes,
You guys
yes,
use any vitamins or stuff like that for your
supplements.
training?
Usually, when I am through intense periods of training,
Yeah.
I usually have to, because if you want to get the best out of yourself, session after session,
Mhm.
and you need they're so intense sometimes. Like we said, basketball is a really intense sport. It has so many different factors of physical fitness that you need. that
Yeah.
it-
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard to do without.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
A big factor in our training is when we have a lot of speed, a lot of reactions, we get nervous tired. So our nervous system gets shot.
Yeah,
we don't react as well, and you can see it when someone's really shot. They're kind of down. They're kind of not focused and stuff.
Yes.
So have you guys ever really experienced a point in your training schedule, or like in a tough week, where at the end of it you're not really realizing what you're doing? You kind of get lost while you're playing.
Yes, you feel it in your legs. All of a sudden, you start getting beat easy on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All of a sudden, you're late all the time. You're not taking the right options. You're not taking the right decisions. So we see it all the time. But it's normal.
Have you had that in a game? Like, what has been your worst state in a game? Like your worst feeling in a game? You're kind of you notice you're slow. You notice you're not shooting well. You notice that the game's a bit too fast for you.
Me, honestly, I think that if you have that type of feeling during a game, then something's already wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't feel during a game.
Yep.
Okay.
You're so
You're just in.
focused. Yes.
Yes. One thing that's one of these experienced players, he said it before, and I've stuck to it. If you're having a bad day, having a bad shooting day, there's no excuse not to play defense. So, like, all right, you may not give something offensively, but
you contribute.
Yes.
You can impact
the
this
backcourt.
in a different
Yes.
way.
Like, for example, game 3
Yeah.
of the finals, I only scored 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
But he mentioned it, like, the thing that's impacted the game the most, he said, not my words, he said,
He's quoting.
yes,
Scouting the turnovers.
I had 2 steals in a row,
Right.
which, like, changed the game.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
In the right moments. So we were on a run. On a run, it means we scored multiple points in a row without them actually scoring.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they cannot bring the ball up half court. We score a layup. They inbound the ball. They turn it over immediately. We score another layup. They inbound the ball and turn it over again immediately.
Yeah.
Second steal. We score another layup. So that is a 6-point turnaround. 6-point turnaround is 12 points because it was +6 for us, -6
As that
for them.
already.
Yes. So, and this was in the third quarter.
Mhm.
In a
Which
matter
was-
of like
which
15
was-
seconds.
When you're down 8 to 10 points in the
Mhm.
third quarter, and all of a sudden you're down 16 in this way, then
It's very tough.
they know, yes,
Mhm.
they're mentally.
It's come to the end.
And
mentally they're
even
broken.
Yeah.
and even like running the whole game,
Yes,
it's already tough
exactly.
for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's already a mountain to climb. Then it
Right.
come even higher. It's like imagine the peak is getting higher as you're going up,
Is that?
but the rate that you're going up is slower than
It's
the rate
slower
that
than
the
the
mountain
rate
is
that the
growing.
one is raising. No, there, it's true.
Inspirational quotes with
You
Alec.
felt that?
Fantastic. We're on a roll here.
You felt it.
These are gonna be
Before the
captions.
game,
These are gonna be
before
all the
game.
captions.
Wild and incredible, like,
What
inspirational
you had a
quotes.
you had a
Oh my
nice
God. He's
captain speech.
Yes, but the thing about this speech, it was very interesting because I spent that. The game was at 8. I spent all afternoon writing this speech down and memorizing it and repeating it and repeating it and repeating it.
So it was like
and no one knew.
It was good. No one realized it was scripted, but it's like getting into the mindset. And a part of my pre-game routine is doing something different every time, something that would start get the ball rolling.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that game I wrote this speech down and I memorized it by heart. And
This was which game? This one finals.
The finals.
Okay.
Final game.
Right.
Yeah, we were playing against Meliha, who are a very physical team, and they like pushing and shoving a lot and trying to get into your opponent's head through a lot of tough play. And after game 2, they were already talking a lot and pushing and shoving, and so you could see how it was. So I wanted to make sure that my teammates were ready to start on these guys from the jump ball. So before this game, I got them all together.
Yep.
After they call our numbers and names up.
Yeah.
We line up. We have this team talk, and I memorized
3 minutes to go before
this
the start.
speech. Yes. And while I am saying this speech, first of all, my aim was to give my teammates the chills.
Yeah,
And
he did.
yes.
And at the same time, the opponent's team lined up at half court
And they
and
hear it.
started staring us down.
Yes.
Like,
Damn.
but we ended up after this team talk, we go on our baseline and we do some footwork activation and
Yeah,
sprint towards half court, towards their side, where they were lined up, staring us down. The only thing is, we were so hyped up
You didn't even
from
look at
this
them.
moment that they ended up more scared
Yep.
than they were actually scaring us. You know, and you could see everyone. Everyone's like ready to go. It was really cool.
I think I should mention that this is MVP type stuff,
Absolutely.
But that's something you don't really think about. That comes.
but it's
But like,
it's part of it, man.
if you look
You
at
might
it
not
from-
think about it,
Exactly.
but an MVP is like that. You're able to hype up everyone from this minus 10 seconds in the start of the
I
game.
understand, but like I said, the goal is not to. The goal that you set
Yes,
in that
to
moment
win
is not to win
the
the most
individual
valuable
award.
player.
Yes, yes, of
It's
course.
to do something special.
But then,
You know,
but
when
then
the
that's
result-
that's
that
truly
comes
someone
out-
that will end up deserving the MVP.
That comes out of it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But that's it. When you love these guys so much that you're able to do exactly. You're able to do crazy things for them. You know.
Yep.
That's it. I can imagine writing a speech before a game. Like what the hell? Like, what the hell?
Is
is
that
that?
who?
You know what I mean?
If
Who
you
is
think
that?
about it from outside the window, you think,
Yes.
Yeah.
What's
You're
he doing?
crazy.
That's
Uh-huh.
it. And I wrote
Why-
it
why-
down,
why
like a
take the effort so
screenshot.
much?
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
That's when he told me it was scripted. After I was like,
What?
why?
And I took a screenshot of the notes that I wrote and
With the time and
the
everything.
date and the time exactly.
Nice. That's a nice thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And even like from our point of view, it's cool to have someone like that. You know, before every game, you receive a message
Yes.
from him. Let's go. Let's do our job.
Normally, what I message them is let's mess them up real bad.
Yes. I like that.
Yeah. And it's,
I had-
even if you just see it, like
Mhm.
game is in 5 hours, you just see it at noon, for example.
You
Yeah.
can't wait for the 5 hours to pass. I
You
feel.
just start jumping.
Yep.
Like,
You can't help but get hyped.
exactly.
I had that a bit in handball. We had a good captain of the team who was always ready to hype us up.
Yeah.
And we've had a bunch of games where we're going in and ready to
That's
fight,
great.
huh?
Yeah, what we're lucky with is we have not just, Struan the captain, but I had other guys who I'm able to lead with. So we
Yeah.
have like Kurt Schurek, who is another
Yeah.
multinational team player,
yes, great player.
who is an incredible leader, who's able to get your mind started as well, and
Mhm.
incredible during practice as well, to make
Mhm.
sure everyone's on the right track. So I'm lucky because he's able to keep me on the right track all the
Yes.
time. Also, we had Zakaya Z, our American, who is also an incredible leader who everyone looked up to, and that's great because we had all the Americans, our foreign players, who would look up to him, and so he's like the
Mhm.
leader of them.
Right.
So together
okay.
with our combined leadership, that's what.
It's interesting.
And it's really cool because these things I believe are underrated. Because when
The
you see
sense of leadership,
yes,
you mean?
when you see how important it is for when you go to coaching and you're coaching under 16s and under 19s, you
Mhm.
see if you do not have a good leader on the team
Mhm.
just automatically
Uh-huh.
tends to struggle. Just a couple of days ago, there was the
Mhm.
under 19 final,
Final.
best out of 3, and right now we are 1-1. First game we lost. It was a blowout. We lost by 20 points. It was our first loss of the season.
Wow.
Why? We did not have a leader on court.
Mm.
Between game 1 and game 2, we worked on these roles. We established the right. We were building on the team chemistry. We found, as coaches, we discussed and we decided that this one individual is right to lead this team.
Mm-hmm.
Automatically, everyone was in the right mind. Everyone had the right mindset,
I see.
and it doesn't have to be someone who's the best player on the team.
Yeah.
Skill is
Yeah.
just the best leader. Second game, we blow them out. 20-point game, and they weren't even in the game from the start. I think
Wow.
9 points in the first quarter, 20 in the half.
Was that, and then from then on? Wow.
But just these small things that make such a big difference, and there's not calculated.
I think we in our studies we
Mhm.
see we have a lot of these conversations about being maybe cautious about giving leadership roles
Mm.
and stuff like that, because some other players might see it as them having preference over
Exactly. I think
other
this was-
students and stuff.
was
But
the-
I think I'm with you on this one.
No,
There
true,
must
true,
be
true.
there must be a leadership role.
No, definitely, and as
Mhm.
well with this particular team that you mentioned that I'm talking about, it's like that was our main issue, which is who this leader is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. With my experience in handball, I'm a very defensive player.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like, would you consider yourself someone who's more defense minded,
Yes.
ready to lock down someone?
Yes.
This game where I was referring to about us really getting hyped up for, we played against Sweetie Phoenix. I'm
Yeah.
sure you've heard of them from
Yes.
volleyball
Yes,
and
yes,
stuff.
definitely,
They have
definitely.
a handball team.
Yes, yes, yes.
No, sorry, it wasn't Phoenix. It was De La Salle.
Mm-hmm.
De La Salle, and they were our biggest contenders for the league that year, and we were ready to. We had been working on defense all 2 weeks before the game, and we went into the game. It took them 8 minutes to score their first goal.
Jesus.
8 minutes. We were up maybe 8-0.
So yeah, that
It was a
game.
really, really tough start to the
Preparation,
game.
mindset,
Yeah.
Prep and mindset. So
and your will to win, basically.
So,
How badly
that
you
leads
want
me
it.
on to another question. You know the term in basketball, great defense wins championships.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah.
What do you think?
Definitely, and I think it's something that defined us this year was our intensity.
What
on
were
defense.
your point averages during the game? Like, how many points would you have conceded? How many points did you concede in the finals?
In the finals? No, we scored over 100 points every game,
Wow.
and it was usually they were between 80 and 90.
Mhm.
The
Okay.
MLR is a very high scoring team usually,
Yes.
but then again, each game had
the Luxor series was the biggest difference, because before the playoffs, they used to get 80, 90 points
Scoring
against
high.
us.
Yeah.
But then we were blowing them out 90 to 70 or 90 to 75.
Right.
That I think that's
when
where
15, 20 points makes a
Yes.
massive difference
Mm.
in basketball.
Yo, for sure.
yes, and
For sure.
I don't know if it's just me, but like if you reach over like 90 points first in Malta, I think you win the game,
Mm-hmm.
because unless it's really really close,
Right.
because I think
Probably if it's really close, then you wouldn't reach 90 though as well. I think.
It depends. 'Cause if it's a
Depends.
high, it's a
I don't remember Malta being such a high scoring league like us.
the Americans, the imports made a big difference.
Mhm.
Yes.
First of all, because they're more athletic, the bigger
But
guys,
as
more
well, I think the
opportunities to
style,
score.
Fast.
the
Okay.
style of
The style that
basketball
they
is
come up
different.
with.
Yes.
You guys, your style
No,
is way
exactly.
way
They've
more
had this
suited
style,
for
exactly.
for high
Yes.
scoring for sure.
And I think that's why Melliha were very successful
Yes.
this year, because they played a high, fast
Even
The
if
same-
you look at the
uh-huh.
stats,
Yes.
they were like close to us, like first or second fast break points.
Right.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Like I believe they had scored around 48 fast break points in a game.
Yes.
Wow.
Which
So that
is
was
a
always
lot.
our challenge. Our mentality going to the game is where do they score? Where are they more
Weakest.
where are they strongest at scoring? Their
Uh-huh.
fast break points. So we have
Right.
to limit their fast break points. This is our main aim of the
Yes.
game. So
Uh-huh.
all of a sudden we're pushing them full court. We're making them take as much time as possible to get
To
past
come up.
the court before
I see.
make them set up.
Yep. So
Mhm.
that's basically what we do. We break them down and we attack their strength.
Yes.
with
break
our
their
own
souls
decision.
and their minds.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
What's the have you had an experience of like you having like dirty talk with another player? Start
I don't know about you.
start
but
chatting them down
but
and breaking them from the inside.
I don't speak
don't
during
talk?
the game.
No.
You can say something, I ignore. Totally ignore.
I really like it when there's someone defending me, like face to face.
Uh-huh.
Yes, because like that, I know. All right, I don't need to have the ball in my hand. I know that there's a weak point in their defense. So, like for example, this series they did it on me, and I was really surprised.
Mm.
I just went to the corner
Right.
because like that,
Create space.
create space. They cannot help.
And all of a
Yes.
sudden, our Americans went to work.
Yes,
And this was in game 2.
That
They
was
changed
game two.
they prepared tactically, very interesting, very smart way, very cool to be.
Yes, like they put two
To play
face to face
against you.
guards
And they
on
left
Maltese.
exactly.
On Maltese.
Mm.
And they left 3 in the paint. But then our Americans were
They went crazy. They had 31, 29, and 20, and
26.
and
Yeah, honey,
that
no.
game. So it's like 90 points of the game were just Americans.
Just
Wow.
those 3.
Yes.
Yes. But like that's it. If you have someone
Space. So
if I have
Mm.
someone face to face with me,
yeah,
I've won. In my eyes.
because you're creating space.
Yes,
I see. That's your point guard mentality, probably.
I guess.
Seeing how you can contribute to the space of the game,
Uh-huh.
see how you can create for others.
Yeah.
It's a good way of thinking, for sure.
When I have someone like that face to face
Oh.
with me, I
Then-
think of
Then give me the ball.
no, I
I'll
think
be-
of how am I gonna make this guy swear the most.
Yes, when he had some like there was one point game 2, like he said, where they were face to face. They didn't go on me. They went on him.
Oh. Uh-huh.
I ran a play for him to come receive the ball. He was passing with one dribble. They couldn't keep up. They can't keep up with him. But that's it. Like as you said.
That's again using
So you make them agitate.
is the right
Yes.
the right.
Have you ever
Direct
been
way.
in a on court fight, maybe pushing and shoving?
Our team actually not really.
No.
No, I mean I don't know if it's a good thing, but
in training.
in training.
Oh yeah,
yes.
on training it's a
Training,
different
but it's
different
like
thing to
a- it's
expect.
like
But
a family affair all the
it's not
time.
pushing, shoving.
Okay.
No. I've had experiences on the national team when some players just started throwing fists, which is very scary.
I totally forgot what happened with the Azerbaijan game in the semi-final.
No,
That
there's our
fight.
their president, I think, of the Azerbaijan Association
Like disagree
So-
with a call or something.
Uh-huh.
said
And,
something, and then our president said something else, and
I saw there was something in the stands.
and then he said
fighting.
something,
Uh-huh.
and then he's like, I'm the boss here.
Yeah.
And this is incredible. It was so
I like that. That's cool to see. Though.
yes,
It
yes,
was-
yes.
It
It
was
shows
quite cool.
it shows that the passion and
Mhm.
Exactly.
the fire comes out from the
Everyone
very
sporting
top.
has exactly.
Yes.
Everyone sporting has the fire and drive
Yes,
that you guys
exactly,
have as well.
everyone, and the one who we need, our leader, basically the one who we need the most. I was
Yes.
the most passionate about it.
No.
He's incredible. He comes in the locker room at halftime and starts pumping everyone up
Yep.
and like
So,
it's so good. I think that's really really important to have if you want to have
Mhm.
a successful organization as well.
we have
A
the
really
same.
good
We
leader.
have the same experience. We are like that right
Mhm.
now.
In athletics,
Yes. Well, we are not in the locker room
Yes,
sense,
yes,
but
yes. Oh, I know
but
what you mean.
uh-huh.
but we have.
He's
like,
very involved.
They
Yeah.
are. All of them are. We have 2 or 3 that are extremely
Exactly.
involved with helping the athletes and
Mhm.
giving them talks and telling them like, listen, I can see that you're.
Were they in
You're
the
think-
sport? Were they in athletics
Yes,
before?
our president who just resigned,
Mhm.
Combinazione, was
Yes, I heard
was a
about
national
that.
team athlete. He had a bunch of national records. He was the driving change in our association, and he knows the athletes. He's friends with the athletes. He's trained with some of them before. Things like that. Having someone that is part of the sport,
Yeah.
is a big deal for sure.
Yes.
But insomma, basketball in GSSC, I'm very excited to see. I hope we do well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
We're gonna work hard for it.
Mhm.
We're gonna work, if you
Yep.
want to have a spot on this team, it's really important that
Mhm.
Nah.
you work hard for it.
insomma, I think we'll cut it off here. Good luck for GSSC, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Train hard,
Thank
work
Yeah.
well, and I hope I get to see you guys watch a game.
you. Yes, sir. You
Even
should
though
come. I
we're
hope to
gonna
see you
have
there.
we're gonna
Yes.
have placements there, but
Uh-huh.
So-
Yes, I'll make sure that you're there, man.
no, I have placements at track, so I don't think I'll have
at
time.
least, but at least you get
Yes,
a front
yes.
row view.
Exat.
Mhm.
Insomma.
Thank you so
Good
much.
luck,
for having
guys.
us.
That was episode 2. See you next time.